to Austin Physio YouTube channel. Today's Back to Basics video is looking at how to strengthen around your lower back. So for today we break it down into two categories. We want to look at the extensor and postural muscles of the lower back, as well as activating through the core. You want to create a core of support to support the lower spine. To build up the strength through the extensor and postural muscles of the lower back, I really like this specific exercise. So you start on an all fours position. To go from beginner to intermediate to advanced, you can literally start by lifting up and kicking back the leg. So although you're firing through the glutes, you're also starting to lift and fire through those postural muscles, and then resting back down, and then the same on the other side. So this is increasing strength, increasing mobility, and also targeting balance. Good. What you can then start to do for the intermediate level is when you lift up the leg, to lift up and reach with the opposite arm. Again, you want to hold this for a couple of seconds. You want to aim for about 5 to 10 reps on each side, and then gently resting back down. And same on the opposite side. The whole time you're pulling your core in tight, you're keeping the spine in a nice relaxed position, you're not letting it overextend. You're fixing it in that position, holding for a couple of seconds, and then relaxing. To make it more advanced, what you can do is when you lift up, opposite arm and leg, you want to move them out to the side, back to the middle, and then back down. By bringing the arm and leg outwards, it takes away that nice stable position and makes it more of a challenge to fix and hold the posture. So you want to lift up, opposite arm, opposite leg out to the side, back down, and then into the middle. Again, with each stage, as soon as you're comfortable, it's not causing any pain and you feel stable, that is when you move on to the next level. If you want to take it one level further, what you do, if you lift up the opposite arm and opposite leg, you lift up the opposite foot as well, out to the side, back to the middle, and back down, so a little bit of a wobble. Lifting up, good, so again you're lifting off the opposite foot, out to the side, back to the middle, and then back down. So you still see it's quite a challenge. Opposite arm, opposite leg, out to the side, back to the middle, and then back down. Second part to strengthen around the lower back is all about activation through your transverse abdominis muscle in two stages. So we want to start with the initial beginner level, and then we want to work up to the advanced stage of activation. The key part of utilising that TA muscle, it creates a core of support to strengthen into that lower back. So for me to activate and to feel the activation of the transverse abdominis muscle, it contracts on forced expiration. So you want to do it where you're working the diaphragm and breathing and activating the muscle at the same time. So you want to place your hands on your tummy as you breathe in. You push the tummy out. So you want it all coming from the tummy and not lifting up through the upper ribs. And as you breathe out, tight, 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 hold for a couple of seconds, and then relax. And again, breathing in, pushing the tummy out, and as you breathe out, tight, 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 holding for a couple of seconds, feeling that muscle firing, and then relaxing. That is the beginner stage. As soon as you've got that control and you've repeated that between 5 to 10 times and you're happy and it feels nice and strong, we can then move on to a plank exercise. To move on to the intermediate level of transverse abdominis activation, we want to go into a plank position. So there's two ways that you can start to do this. You can first of all start by having the legs a little bit wider apart. This forms a nice stable base. You want to aim to hold this position and build it up to about 30 seconds. If it's still quite sore or it doesn't quite feel strong enough, what you can do is drop down to the knees and intermit between the two. So intermit between knees and then up into the plank position. When you feel more confident and you can hold that for 30 seconds, you can start to bring the feet together. By narrowing the base, you make it more of a challenge to hold the plank in that position. Good, we want to hold that for about 30 seconds. Good, and relaxing there. If you want a more advanced level, you can slightly widen the feet, and what you're going to do is lift the arm up above the head. Good. So again, make sure you feel comfortable, there's no pain, the core feels nice and strong, you're not bowing the lower back or lifting up through. Fixing that position, aiming nice, slow and controlled, about 10 reps on each side. Good. Then relaxing there.